friends. Welcome to another edition of Bible Chat and Clean with Emma. Thank you all for subscribing and watching our videos. Today I'm preparing a quick and easy meal for my family. Usually this meal is accompanied with meat, but we decided on having certain days of the week where we refrain from certain foods, and today it's meat. As I was preparing this meal, I began to think of how challenging it is to be a woman in line with being of a good example. The pressure seems to mount up the older one grows, and it seems as though there is an unknown source of high expectations of a certain standard, especially when one transitions into various stages of life. When one has a family, meal preparation is inevitable, and modeling healthy eating habits can shape your kids' eating behavior and relationships with food. Kids eat healthier when their parents do. So, exposing them to healthy food choices and being a positive role model, such as by viewing foods as a source of nourishment rather than seeing it as an enemy, can go a long way in improving their body image and their relationship with food. Parents' unhealthy relationships with food can get passed down to their children and influence their view of food. So, if you personally worry about your weight or tend to embrace fad diets, which can promote short term unhealthy weight loss by glorifying or demonizing certain foods rather than focusing on balanced eating, it can be challenging to model healthy habits for our children. Avoid restricting foods or going on fad diets and making weight related comments at inappropriate times. It's also important to visualize which meals you want to have during the week in order for you to actually prepare them thoughtfully with little to no stress. Certain foods, especially veggies, kids have a hard time eating. But what steps can we take to ensure we're having a balanced diet within our homes? This lesson applies to anyone who eats because we all need to understand healthy eating habits. A few steps we can take in cultivating a healthy view of food is by involving our children in food shopping and cooking from an early age. This will help expose them to different fruits and vegetables and other foods, whether you're purchasing them or not. This will allow the children to understand the process in purchasing groceries and the benefits of various foods. It's also important to have positive conversations surrounding different eating lifestyles like veganism or gluten free eating or different traditional foods. This knowledge can teach our children not to shame or feel ashamed around food or even to laugh at what others may or may not have or may not be eating. This one is a bit tricky, and I used to be guilty of it, but let us avoid using food as a reward, bribe, or even punishment to our children. Understanding that everyone has limits is also another important point. If someone is full, especially kids, let us not force them to continue to eat, to finish the food on their plate. Or if someone is hungry, let us not give them that side eye look as though to shame them for wanting more food. Yes, everything must have a proportion, but let us build healthy habits and creative ways in which in the case where someone is rejecting food or someone has excess hunger, when that is a concern. It is necessary to teach our children and families not to waste food by cooking what is adequate for that time. And if there be leftovers, eating them without saying they're starving kids somewhere in the world. You better eat your food. We better not throw away food. The Bible teaches us on being good stewards. After Jesus fed the 5,000, he instructed the disciples to gather whatever was left over and that nothing must go to waste. So that is a good example for us to learn on how not to waste food by remembering that even Jesus did not want anything to go to waste. Now, when it comes to weight, avoid focusing on weight or dieting during conversations about healthy eating. Healthy eating simply means to eat nutrient dense food in the right quantities from all food groups. Often we think of a diet as a weight loss plan, but it's referring to the types of food we consume and the amount, even though one of the benefits will be some sort of weight loss. It's okay to occasionally incorporate less than healthy foods into our meal plan. Don't stress if your kids won't eat a certain food. Sometimes it takes time for kids' taste buds, I guess, to develop. And the older they get, the more they are more receptive to different types of food. So even have a day within your family where you can have takeout. I don't think that we should stress over eating healthy every single day, but you could have, maybe if it's once a week, once every fortnight, have a day where you can eat takeout or less healthier options. But everything must be done in proportion. So, when it comes to eating, let us embrace and enjoy food and not feel ashamed with whatever we eat, but let it all be in proportion to our bodies. Thank you so much for watching this video. I know my voice was sounding a bit off, but I'm glad you stayed to the end. Have a wonderful day and happy eating wherever you may be.